History is not only shaped by moments, but by people. The National D-Day Memorial presents Legacy of Valor, a series dedicated to honoring the World War II heroes whose service helped shape the course of history and whose stories deserve to be remembered.
Messier, president of the National D-Day Memorial, and this is Legacy of Valor. She was an American teenager caught in the middle of a war, and she proved that courage was not defined by fearlessness, but by a determination to risk it all in spite of fear. In 2015, the National D-Day Memorial was honored to have guest speaker Mary Sigillo Barraco. It was the 71st anniversary of D-Day, and as she spoke, the crowd was spellbound by her story of survival and courage. Mary Sigillo was born in Lawrence, Massachusetts. She was living with her grandparents, mother, and younger brother in Belgium in 1940 when she watched in horror as the military forces of Nazi Germany invaded. Mary was not one to sit idly by, however. She was determined to do her part at great personal risk. During her speech at the memorial, she noted emphatically,
"To many people, what happened that long ago is past history. But for those of us who lived through it all, it was yesterday. It is today, and if we do not remember, it will be tomorrow."
Mary warned about being complacent. She never forgot the loss of her freedom and the shocking and sudden replacement of the Belgian flag with the Nazi swastika.
It is a soul-wrenching experience to watch the peaceful country in which you live being destroyed by hate, fear, and turmoil.
But at the young age of 17, Mary was determined to fight for freedom and became actively involved in the resistance. She smuggled documents, sabotaged rail lines, and even helped rescue downed paratroopers. It was extremely dangerous work, and before long, Mary and her fiancé Arthur were captured, sold out for the American equivalent of $15. Shortly after, in a devastating blow, her fiancé was executed. What followed was a nightmare that stayed with her the rest of her life. She vividly recalled the horrors of the camps where all her time was spent in solitary confinement.
I remember the pain that I endured after my teeth were knocked out and my nose broken. I was confined to a locker, which was not where I was kept, in a semi-crouched position. For how long, only God knows. When the door finally opened, I fell flat on my face, unable to straighten up. I was put into a steam room. I can still feel the experiments performed on me, such as sterilization at the age of 19, and the tremendous pain of interrogations and beatings that I endured.
Mary was taken to Brussels, known as the Gestapo torture headquarters. She could hear the cries and screams of those being tortured around her. She endured countless beatings. At one point, her back was broken, but her spirit remained. Mary reminded us in her words,
for us to sit here today and believe there is no way that page of history could repeat itself is sheer folly.
She closed her speech on that warm June day by saying,
"I, Dame Mary Sigillo Barraco, wish to pass my torch of freedom to each and every one of you. To each and every one of you, with the hope and the prayer that you will take that torch of freedom, carry it proudly for the whole world to see."
Mary was trapped in a world of tyranny, where the personal freedoms we now know were stripped away in the most terrible of ways. Once released from prison, Mary was not deterred. She immediately went back to her work with resistance in spite of the danger and in spite of the torture she had received at the hands of the Nazis. That is perseverance. Mary survived her journey, though physically and emotionally scarred for a lifetime. She preached vigilance. Even now, today, I can still hear her words clearly.
It is only after we have lost our freedom we appreciate its value.
Mary reminded us that even in the face of darkness, through destruction, uncertainty, and loss, you can endure. Though Mary passed away in 2019 at 96 years old, her legacy of valor lives on. She will not be forgotten.